Ain't no time to waste on a paper chase. She say this her cut.
All right, we are back after our live from the man cave. We back. It's been a minute. I know y'all all been wanting a podcast. We sorry to keep y'all waiting, but we back for the 2023 NBA Finals, and we're gonna talk about the finals and many more basketball topics. And you know, got your favorite co-host Mark Senior, and we got the esteemed star of the show, Mr. Tay Wiggs. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. So it's been two games in the NBA Finals so far. Mm-hmm. There's 101. Everybody had, at least that I know, of just picking the Nuggets. They said the Nuggets was gonna get it done easily. The Heat is the 8th seed. They can't do it. The Joker is a real MVP. Yada yada yada. But we tied at 101. The first game, Murray and Jokic, was back to back, running that pick and roll, scoring all the points. And then they gave us the Heat their L, but then they lost their first home game in game 2. And there was just, and they didn't double team Jokic. They didn't do nothing fancy. They just played 1-on-1. He had 40 points, but they took the L. So what do you think about those two games, man?
As I look at the first game, I look at it where since the layover that Miami had that layover, I think it was like 8 or 9 games. They had 8 or 9 days off between the layover. I thought Denver was gonna come out flat just by being a home team. Then again, I thought too, I was like, okay, Miami just got done playing probably one of the greatest game 7s I've seen in NBA history, and with that meltdown of the Boston Celtics, and that's a topic for the day about that Celtics squad. But look at the Miami Heat. I'm like, okay, cool, they're gonna lay it flat, but for them to win the game, they definitely had to get the game number 2. I do like what Spoelstra said. We can play on any elevation, Mount Everest, whatever. They game. But game 1, the hype behind Jokic, and I thought, for me, as I told you before, he should have been an MVP.
Right.
Just because what he can do just with the ball. Also, 2, Jamal Murray, flamethrower. Bruce Ballin. Bruce Ballin. Michael Porter Jr. They're giving it to everybody. So we still haven't seen the full hand of Denver Nuggets yet. The game one was awesome. But I knew that in game 2 that Miami wasn't coming with key adjustments. The one thing about the Denver Nuggets, you got to keep them on that 3-point line.
Yes, sir. Michael Porter Jr. and like all their role players hit threes. KCP, Michael Porter Jr. Who else they got? Bruce Brown. Like it seemed like they always hit timely threes. That first game, like they couldn't miss. And then the second game, Michael Porter Jr. He was off. But I think that was a lot because Jokic was just trying to get his. He only had like 4 assists, I think. So he wasn't passing the ball around like he normally do, getting those guys open. But on the flip side, the Heat, they was it Gabe Vincent, went off. He was the leading scorer for most of the game. And I think that was probably the main reason why they won. It wasn't really Jimmy or Bam like we typically see, but Gabe Vincent, he went off.
Now, 2, he went off. Jimmy Butler didn't go off. We still haven't seen that signature Jimmy Butler game yet. He hasn't scored 30 points since the first round of the playoffs. That's a scary thing. And the one thing I keep hearing from the Heat culture, Heat this. Let me be honest with you, man. That's all hogwash. Heat culture is. What that Heat culture is. First and foremost, for them to sustain that type of teamwork and craftsmanship throughout the season, man, first and foremost, that's head coaching. So there's no culture. The whole thing is, can you get these players to buy in? The fact that they are doing this with 7 undrafted players lets you know anybody can get to that mountaintop if you believe and work hard. Now, yes, I said Spoelstra been there for long. Why the game so easy for Eric Spoelstra to coach? As far as the cameraman, first of all, he started as a ball boy, right? Now he became a cameraman, choreographer. He knows what's going on into the depths. Okay, I want my team to look like this. I want my players to eat like this. I want them to train like this. And not only Eric Spoelstra got them guys believing. What other player? What player not to have on your team to have everybody buying? Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. He had the name Jimmy Bucket. Let's be honest, man. Jimmy Butler is he's very special. And you gotta realize. I said he got drafted in the second round, I believe. Was it? Second round to Chicago Bulls, if I'm not mistaken.
He was either the second round or the last pick of the first round, one of the two. Either way, he wasn't the top pick. He wasn't the top pick.
You're looking at Jimmy Butler, who came from Marquette University and just bought in, sat on the bench, one year he averaged like 0.6 points per game. The next closest he went from 2 points to that third season. I think he went from like 2 points to almost average almost 13 points. So he's a guy, I think, all this time that Pat Riley had an eye on. The work ethic, the dedication. And look at all the teams that he played for before he got to Miami, Minnesota, Philadelphia. He made those teams better as the time went, especially Minnesota.
And they made their first playoffs with him.
They made their first playoff run with Jimmy Butler since my favorite player, Kevin Garnett, since 2004.
KG. It's KG the kid.
So when you look at a player like Jimmy Butler, a guy who buys into the system, I just look at the way he plays, man. And the rest of the guys follow. It ain't too many guys like that in the NBA that's built like that. So what do you see different from the Miami Heat in that game too?
I think throughout the whole playoffs, they just never seen phase. Like, they take L's and then they're like, we gonna win the next game. And even if they don't win the next game, like we saw in that Boston series, they keep at it until they do win. They was fortunate to be up 3-0 in that one, but like they just tough. And like you said, it started with Jimmy and Bam. I think both of those guys is like they're real competitive. They not going back down. Like I said in game 2, like Bam just guarded Jokic 1-on-1 the whole time. He ain't need help. Jokic was cooking, but he never hung his head. I never seen him jog back down. Like, dang, I got to guard him again. He was always down there, and he didn't let it affect his game on the offensive end either. So I think the mentality of Bam and Jimmy is really what's pushing the team, along with Eric Spoelstra, the head coach. So it's not, like you said, it's not a coach. It's just they got the best 2 guys on the team to buy into the program, and everybody else got no choice but to fall in after that. Like, what do you look like, Gabe Vincent, not giving your all if Jimmy Butler and Bam giving it all every day? That's not gonna ride.
I think too. Once I seen what's name's coming starting up, Kevin Love, the 6 points and the 10 rebounds. I thought that was like a chess move. Like, that's another way they can get Jokic to come out there, or one small forwards to come out there on the floor, or the power forwards to shrink the floor. Okay, let's make space. Let's make Bam go to work, because guess what? It's an easy flow to the basket, a cut and dive. You can pick and pop with Kevin Love. And, Kevin Love not the same Kevin Love as he was probably about 10 years ago. He's not the same 20 and 20 guy. If he gets you 10 and 10, you can live with that. Then too, he comes with championship experience, just like Kyle Lowry. So you got to look at that type of aspect. Everything, like you said, the Miami Heat going back at home. That building's going to be rocking right there on Biscayne Avenue. So going into the next game, game 3, remember there's been no Tyler Hero since he broke his hand in the first round of playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks. Right now he's questionable. So if you look at where the Miami Heat can get back a Tyler Hero, what chances do they have to win the next 2 games at home, 3 and 4?
I think they got a pretty good chance. I mean, they beat the Nuggets, who hadn't lost in the playoffs at home up until that point, so their confidence got to be high. They going home. Duncan Robinson, he came to life in that fourth quarter, and if Tyler Hero come back, he's like a better version of Duncan Robinson. Then you got two of those guys knowing, which role players normally play better at home anyway. I think they're going to be at least on the offensive side ready to roll. But then again, we don't know what the typically we've seen, at least in the playoffs, when the Denver Nuggets lose, they typically win the next game. So they're going to be ready. But they don't got the altitude, they ain't got the crowd. So I would say it's about, I would take the Heat to win the next game in Miami to take care of home court. But game 4, I don't know. I would take the Nuggets in game 4. I think that he gonna get these 2 in a row, and then the Nuggets will win game 4.
The one thing too I want to add, that just watching the NBA Finals and knowing that the Denver Nuggets has this history of letting guys come back in the fourth quarter, and so far in this round, game 1, they scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. Game 2, 25, scoring 45 points. Do you look at where for the Miami Heat, 30 points and 36, they getting outscored 66 to 45 in the fourth quarter. So that's a lot of points right there given up. Like I said, don't get it twisted. The Denver Nuggets are a hot and good 3-point shooting team. I keep telling people this the whole time. KCP is streaky. Michael Porter Jr. is streaky. Bruce Brown is streaky. So if those 3 guys are not hitting those consistent shots on a nightly basis, on a routine, it's the same thing for Aaron Gordon. They don't have. You can tell they have no type of plays or a package for Aaron Gordon. He just grab rebounds and dunk.
Run and cut. That's it. Yep.
That's what he do. So you're looking at they run plays for Bam. Like you can tell everybody got to play for him. But I don't see a play that they run for Aaron Gordon. If they can get Aaron Gordon more into the offense, into the flow of things, I think they have a better chance of winning this series. But if Miami win Game 3 tomorrow night, they possibly can win Game 4. Man, I don't see Denver going back home and getting the win.
Right, it'll be a tough slate, but they did 3-1 Kings. They took it away from us from Cleveland in the bubble. They came back 3-1 2 series and and won both of those series, but they ended up losing to the Lakers in the finals. So if anybody can come back from a 3-1, it's them, I guess. But that's, I guess, this Jimmy Butler led Heat team, I don't think so. But what you said about Gordon is true. Like, they need to run some more plays from, especially when Kevin Love is out there, because Kevin is guarding him. In Game 2, they did it a little bit when they ran some live Aaron Gordon, because Kevin Love always loses man on the baseline for some reason. He even did that in Cleveland, don't know why. But they stopped doing it. Like I said, they just let Jokic cook. He stopped passing. He stopped throwing them lobs. But they're going to have to do more packages for Aaron Gordon, because he's far more athletic than Kevin Love, especially if they're going to start Kevin Love in the next game.
No,
all right, y'all. So what we're going to do, we're going to hold it right there. We're going to catch y'all on the rebound. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with some more topics. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. We appreciate it. Show us some love. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button to this podcast. All right, we back from that break. Thanks for sticking with us. All right, before we left off, Tay was about to make some good points about the Denver Nuggets offense and player rotation, I think, so we're going to let him cook.
So I want to elaborate on before we go on that little commercial break. I'm looking at where to the Denver Nuggets, you signed some key pieces, all right? So you signed Reggie Jackson. We haven't seen Reggie Jackson, I want to say, since Game 5 or Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. He has not even touched the floor in the NBA Finals. Then 2, you signed Thomas Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see him from ex-Laker. I didn't see him hardly get no run during these playoff runs. So you got guys out there that can actually get that's extra points, extra foul. And 2, you're looking at where, in case Jokic get tired and throw the hand signal, they let you know to come take me out.
Right.
So once you do that, once you put Thomas Bryant in the game, he can match Bam energy. They will go at it.
Right. Because he ain't backing down.
Yeah. And you looking at Bam too. And the weakness for Bam, he goes for every head fake. He's not disciplined on the head fake. He bites every time.
He do. He ain't even a shot blocker, but he still be jumping for the head fakes, man.
The one guy I think that might be Heat too, who have been putting in low key. What's his name? Alonzo Highsmith, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Haywood Highsmith, who been on the bench, coming up kind of valuable. I thought what Spoelstra did, he's playing guys a little bit more now too. Duncan Robinson starting to hit some clutch threes, aka Baby Jimmy Neutron. So I'm looking at guys like that. So the whole ordeal of the Denver Nuggets want to win this series, I think they will dive a little bit deeper into your bench, man. I think the coach need to trust these guys more. Because remember, when Brandon Malone was the coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, when the Cavaliers won that famous run, they was emptying out the bench more against the Detroit Pistons. So can he duplicate the same thing with a Reggie Jackson, who is a veteran ball handler that can give Jamal Murray a blow?
Absolutely, especially because they traded, Bones Highland, who was basically that guy off the bench, and then they got Reggie Jackson back because they thought he was a better fit. But then now in crunch time, they're not playing him. And Reggie, he ain't no scrub. He got playoff experience with the Thunder and with the Clippers. He made some real big shots, I think, against the Nuggets last year in the playoffs. So, I could be wrong. I could be thinking a couple of years ago, but he's a big time player, especially when it comes to the playoffs. I'm not saying he all world, all NBA, but he can definitely give Jamal Murray some blow. Especially when you got the Heat, like what you just mentioned, they got 7 undrafted players on their team, and they all get run. Highsmith, Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, all those guys were undrafted, but they get into play because the system worked. Like when you get guys in that know how to play in and out, you can give Jimmy Butler some rest. You can give Bam some rest. Well, they even put in Cody Zeller, one of the Hornets centers. They even let him get some run to get Bam some blow. So I agree with you. Like they gotta maybe widen their rotation a little bit, but they probably ain't. I don't think they're gonna do it unless things get really sticky. So we'll see.
And you know my favorite line. When you go back home to your crib, it's nothing like sleeping in your own bed and doing your own time. So in your time zone. And two, with the Denver Nuggets, you're not going to beat the Miami Heat giving up 37 points to Matt Strus and Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent give you 23 and Strus give you 14. Strauss, you're not going to beat them.
No.
Now remember, if Tyler Hero come back, one of those guys go to the bench.
Right.
That's the part they're not talking about, TV. Now you talking about production, 3-point wise. If you get Tyler Hero back, the Miami Heat will be a better 3-point shooting team than the Denver Nuggets.
They would just let him alone.
Right. The Denver Nuggets, and the way you're going to be Miami Heat, you have to run. I'm not saying the Miami Heat is not built on that, but that's how the Denver Nuggets built their case in the regular season and thus far down to the NBA Finals, including the playoffs. If you want to beat the Miami Heat, you cannot give up second offensive rebounds. I've seen that happen a lot. Careless turnovers has been going on around a lot. And you gotta know when to make the right pass. So, and the thing for the Miami Heat is, I know that this has been a trend so far. If one team shoots three, you have to come back and shoot a three. Get back to what you was doing what got you there. Your bread and butter, playing back towards the basket, using Bam more on the low screen pick and rolls. Jimmy Butler diving to the hole, hitting 15-footers. Getting for your man on the wing. Because I know when Matt Strus get to at least the arch of the 3-point line and Gabe Vincent get to the wings, it's over.
Right. Yep. Right. They can't defend everybody.
Before I let you go, Marcus, Kyle Lowry has made 2 clutch shots on Jokic. The step back 3 to the left, straight cat. Man, even though he's on the same Kyle Lowry, you know, he has championship experience. He's been in the playoff a lot. And one thing I'm going to say about Kyle Lowry, he's been a journeyman before he found his last home, which was Toronto.
True.
So you're looking at him, he know what it takes and that's the type of player looks for. Guys have been on a journey. He's been on a journey.
For sure. That's a good point. I forgot all about the teams he played for before Toronto and the Heat. Well, yeah, before Toronto, he was all over the place.
You got them Houston, Memphis, Philly. He been places, so he know what it takes. So you got somebody like that on your roster. Then too, you got Udonis Haslem. People tell you, I'm reading quotes and stuff. They like, he retired. He just taking up space. Hey, Udonis, I respect you. And one thing I'm gonna say, you're a pro's pro. One thing I'm gonna say, he's doing the right job. When you look around the NBA, they have no veterans on the squad.
Right.
20 years in veteran. Everybody forget that his last game in the NBA regular season, he's an all-time Heat rebounder for the Miami Heat.
Yep.
He did that game with 20 and 14. So he's still there. So he showed you, okay, I'm gonna play this bad game. I'm gonna go hard. So guess what the other guys do? Ain't no way UD 40 years don't feel going hard. The young guys follow suit, and that's why you need a veteran in your squad.
Right. So you think that he get it done with Denver's probably the more talented team. As we said, the Heat they got 7 undrafted players, only 2 real stars, and then in a wily veteran and Kevin Love. Can they be NBA Finals championship as an 8th seed, a playing team that beat the first place team in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks. They beat the second place team in the Celtics. Now they playing the first place team in the West. Can they get it done with a less talented group?
The one thing I'm gonna say is a Floyd Money Mayweather right here. He always say, hard work beat talent any day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, because they working hard.
Because you a number 1 seed, don't even win the championship.
Right.
Because you're the favorite. And I had to, as I'm watching the game unfold more and more, I'm sitting here watching the game like, all right, I said, give me Denver at 5. Then I realized, like, man, this Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra been coaching great. Never had a losing season since he's been in Miami. Never been recommended for coach of the year.
That's a travesty. That's a shame. He should have at least one coach of the year, at least a top 5 voting for it at least.
And then one thing I'm gonna say in working in his favor, let's look at the last 5 years. All the coaches of the year have been fired.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Who is it? Bud,
Frank Vogel,
Frank Vogel,
Dwayne Casey twice. Nick Nurse,
was it from Toronto? Well,
Doc Rivers,
gone.
and Aaron Spoelstra. It's the East Coast Greg Popovich. And the one thing I'm gonna say about Spoelstra, which I do like, man, his players run through a brick wall for him, man, a burning building, because they believe in his philosophy. And the one thing I do like, you do spot him every now and then on Instagram or social media, do play pickup ball with some of his teammates. So if your coach is going to play a pickup basketball game with you, you already know how to play your shit, man. Coach showing us this, and we're gonna do this. Man, Spoelstra's a hell of a coach, and just to get guys that nobody want. Remember, Matt Strauss played for the Boston Celtics last year.
All right. Mm-hmm.
They waived him.
Absolutely.
Who do you have now? Jay Vincent, undrafted. It goes on and on. Haywood, Highsmith,
yeah.
undrafted. Man, look at what they doing. I think they only got 2 first rounders on their team.
All right.
Kevin Love.
And what? Tyler Hero.
My bad. Tyler Hero and Bam.
It is. And Kevin Love, you really can exclude him. He our age.
And look at Caleb Martin, Michael Jordan.
He had both the twins. You always keep twins together. How you gonna cut one?
Shout out to J. Cole, man.
Yep. Go World County. They should send him a ring if they win. We got to send him a ring.
I won't be surprised if J. Cole suit up tonight. It's off the spread. But all seriousness though, hard work, man. Hard work. You got certain teams where they believe in, we got it. We got this in the bag. That's how Denver Nuggets thinking. We got it in the bag. And listen to the game wrap up with Gabe Vincent. He said they don't give a damn what nobody say about them. They just want to win one game at a time.
Right.
When you got the whole team saying stuff like that and they all believe it, Marcus, that's kind of dangerous for a team like that to believe in something. Playing the team think they already won something. When you already think you won something, you're going to lose.
Right. Coming in with the expectation already set, we're going to beat these guys, get them out of here quick and easy. And it did look that way in game 1. It looked like they never was in jeopardy of losing. It was always winning by 10, 15 points. The Heat would come back, but then they would extend the lead. But things change in the playoffs quick. Mm-hmm. You can be up one game and then down the next. That happens every year. It happens where a favorite loses.
Right. So, who you got winning game 3 before we go to this next commercial break?
I think Miami going to win game 2, game 3. Excuse me. I think they going home. They got the momentum of winning game 2. Mm-hmm. They're a team that's not afraid, well coached. The role players gonna play better on the road, and then on top of that, if Tyler Hero come back too, even if he don't play well, just the fact that he's back is gonna boost the team. I think they take game 3 for sure. What do you think? You think they taking game 3, or you think the Nuggets gonna roll back?
I'm gonna say if they always say who will win game 3, pretty much win that series by 80% of the time.
That's crazy stat.
I'm gonna say, man, you can give me Miami.
Okay.
I say Tyler Hero come back, man, and put up 17 points, man. Give you about 4 threes. Because that building gonna be rocking if he get to play. But they should bring him off the bench. Because I do like what Miami have going on right now, thus far. Because you never want to break that type of mold. I think he should come off the bench and work his way back into the starting lineup. And if they can get that win, if they get a win, he'll come off the bench. I was like, just leave it as is until
the time to stop. Right. I agree with you. So a lot of people have been saying, at least on my Twitter thing, that the Nuggets can do it, they can win it all and be victorious because Murray and Jokic is the next, Kobe and Shaq. I think let's get into that after this next break. We'll talk about is there any truth to that? Is there truth to them being the next Kobe and Shaq?
Ain't no time to waste on a paper chase.
Do you agree? Is Jokic and Murray the next Kobe and Shaq? Hit us up in the comments and let us know what you think.
Ain't no time to waste on a paper chase.
All right, we back. So we left off with the question. The question of the day is Murray and Jokic the next Kobe and Shaq? I say no. But what do you think?
No. You gotta win some titles first. Those are big shoes to fill.
I agree with that.
Between those two players that right there, them Hall of Famers, that's almost darn near 75,000 points scored.
A lot of points. You know, and Shaq, he got the MVPs. But how many MVPs Shaq win? One?
Shaq got one regular season MVP. And
Kobe got one.
And Kobe got one. And Shaq got 3 finals MVPs.
Okay, so Jokic already got more regular season MVP than Shaq. No finals MVP. So he got to take care of business here. I
know Kobe got one too. He shot 2 finals MVPs though.
Kobe got 2
on his own without Shaq.
Right.
And those are big shoes to fill, Marcus. Shaq and Kobe, Shaq, how you want to put it? Come on, man. Jokic and Jamal Murray, man, they gotta win one title. They gotta at least win 2 titles to even to get mentioned in the class like that. They gotta win 2 titles to get mentioned with the class. Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas first.
You said they gotta get to Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas level. I mean, Isaiah Thomas is one of the greatest point guards of all time, though.
Right. A hardworking Joe Dumars? Come on, man.
Executive of the year. Where he at? He in the league now. He had to suspend Draymond. They best bud. So he in the league office now. But he was a hell of an executive too. Got at least one championship with the Chauncey Billups Spurs and Ben Wallace. Two as a player. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I mean, it's a lot of other big man guard duos out there. Shaq and Kobe is like the pinnacle. Like the pinnacle. Tony Parker, Tim Duncan. I mean, they're a little boring, but hey.
You got Jordan Pippen out here. We're talking about duels. Who said they must play NBA Jam?
Yeah, I think it was a young dude on 2K with his my player loading up the rosters. Like, these guys, they can get it done. I mean, don't get me wrong, they good. They still got work to do. Thomas, their story ain't been told yet. If they can't lose game, like we both picked Miami for game 3. If they truly a Shaq and Kobe duo, they're not gonna lose game 3, and we think they are. So they can prove us wrong, I guess. By who knows?
You gotta realize the NBA Finals though. Shaq, we talk about Kobe and Shaq beating teams 4-0, 4-1. Teams really getting 2 wins on these guys in NBA Finals. So you're not. They're nowhere close to that because you had Shaq and Kobe going against this Miami Heat team. They would have shredded that team, man. Shredded wheat.
I agree because they don't have an answer for Shaq. Like, Jokic is good, but he cannot guard Shaq no way, shape, or form. And then Kobe he got too much height on Murray. They need time, man. I agree with you. That's crazy.
Talking about the X Factors the Lakers had: Robert Horry, Ron Harper, Rick Fox, Horace Grant. At one point in time, Lindsey Hunter, Mitch Richmond. Man, you're nuts. No.
All right, so we in agreement there. All right, so we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna move on to some other basketball topics. It's been word going around that Kyrie asking LeBron to come to Dallas. LeBron asking Kyrie to come to LA. He flat out said it during All-Star break. He basically traded Russell Westbrook right in his face. Like, I hope we get Kyrie. I was disappointed we didn't get him. So is that reunion gonna happen? Is Kyrie and LeBron gonna wear the same uniform again? I mean, they got a lot of magic. I would say there's probably LeBron and AD is probably his best teammate that fit, and then I would say LeBron and Kyrie is second, and then I would put D Wade as third. Even though they had more success, I would put D Wade third because Kyrie and LeBron just really they played off each other. It was like it was always exciting. Like when it was here in Cleveland, went to the finals 4 straight times. Even though one time, 3 straight times together, 4 times while LeBron was here. I mean, if the Lakers got Kyrie, Obviously, they would have to get rid of either D'Angelo Russell or probably Rui Hachimura. But I think that can get him over the hump. I think they can get him to the final. Maybe LeBron get his 5th ring.
Mm-hmm.
If LeBron go to Dallas, that's Kyrie, Luka, and LeBron. I think that's a finals team too. But I don't know how would that work out? Like, how would LeBron sign with Dallas? I don't even think Dallas got picks or cap space to take on LeBron. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not a cap expert, but
I'm gonna just say this. I'm sort of making the Kobe Bryant faces. The late Kobe Bryant. I'm gonna say, I remember this segment early in the year, right after All-Star break. Tristan Thompson was on Get Up. Tristan Thompson said LeBron. He said LeBron and Kyrie. He's like LeBron and Kyrie. He's like, all I have to get to the Lakers. I can get them back to the team. He's like, let's make this happen. Fast forward after that All-Star break, that segment. You go into like around the last couple of games of the NBA season. Tristan Thompson gets signed. Then I'm gonna take you back somewhere. I'm gonna go back way before. I'm gonna rewind that all the way back in the summertime. When somebody took a picture and he recorded LeBron James in the passenger seat of Kyrie car on the freeway, and do oh, we're getting Kyrie to the Lakers. Mm-hmm. Remind you, and Kyrie and LeBron sped on off. Now remind you, before that, rewind that back. Kyrie bought a house in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can fast forward all that up. Who was at the Western Conference Finals?
Kyrie courtside, dapping up his old teammates.
Who's at the Western semifinals? Kyrie Irving. They recruiting each other. They got Tristan Thompson. They're using Tristan Thompson as the pawn. You fast forward that in the playoffs. I thought the couple of series that he had against Jokic, I thought he did pretty well boxing him out, making his life a little miserable for the couple of stints he had out there.
Right, I thought they should have played him more.
Now I'm going to Dallas. Remember, LeBron still got 2 years left in his contract. Well, a year I will say now, because in 2024 he's a free agent, right?
Right.
We know Mark Cuban said he paid a luxury tax, but I don't think he's going to pay that last. Was it $27 million of LeBron's contract? You know what you can do with $27 million? You can keep players for $14 million apiece.
Right.
12. So I don't think Mark Cuban will look deep that far. So if they say they did hypothetically make a trade for LeBron, who's going to touch the ball?
I mean, that's a truly, it's only one ball. Like LeBron and Luka is very similar. Luka really needs the ball to thrive. We saw that once Kyrie got there, they didn't really click because Luka was not used to that type of dynamic ball handling. You know, he played with Jalen Brunson, who is used to playing off the ball, even though you see in the New York Knicks, you know, the shirt you got on, he can run things, but he used to playing off the ball from his Villanova days. But 3 of them all at once, it's not. I mean, I think LeBron can probably fit in anyway. He can fit in anywhere, but typically teams fit LeBron, not the other way around. So I don't think it'll work in Dallas. I can see it working in LA though.
Now, the Lakers made it quite and very clear that they definitely not bringing back D'Angelo. Do you think in that Western Conference Finals, LeBron let him bring the ball to the court and Kyrie was there, and Kyrie and LeBron kept looking at? Now, honestly, you gotta watch the game. The two don't pay attention. This is stuff I pay attention to. LeBron let D'Angelo bring the ball to the court. You know, D'Angelo do his little thing and missed the shot, and LeBron turned around and looked back at Kyrie was like, basically saying, "That was you. I know you made that shot. I know you made that shot.
Been better."
I already know what LeBron and Kyrie's doing. They're not tampering each other because they know they can't do nothing until July 1st. Because Kyrie's a free agent. Say they don't land Kyrie. You keep seeing stuff with Trae Young, right? I don't think they don't fit because Trae don't play defense. Right. Kyrie played enough defense where he can get some stops. Just because he's he's a thicker player than Trae Young. But a person to me who would make sense out of all of this that I can see going to LA would be Damian Lillard.
Oh. You know, Damian's from Oakland. He a California dude, so that's a perfect fit. Another perfect fit. But Dame gotta ask for a trade, and that's with Dame making like 55 million, something crazy like that. And Dame is, man, you know, like his song say, he's been loyal to the soil, so he would have to request that trade to get over there. Even though I do agree, he makes the most sense out of everybody we just named: Dame, Brian, and AD. I mean, I don't normally do this, but I would say that team it will probably win the championship, even with LeBron being in his 21st year and 1 away from 40 at that point in time.
I'm gonna say this. It probably makes sense to me. My dream trade for the Lakers would be trading AD to Minnesota for Karl Anthony Towns. Now, hear me out.
Okay.
I know when Karl Anthony Towns is healthy, he's a better player than AD. To me.
Okay. I mean, these are Kentucky guys, so
I know he's gonna post. He can shoot the three. He got a soft 15 for they both get free throws, right?
And he's a little bit more durable than AD. Yeah. I agree with that too.
Right. And two, in that play-in game, Karl Anthony Towns is giving Anthony Davis the business.
He really was on the loader. Nobody talk about that. I thought they was about to lose for a second. Karl Anthony Towns was on a roll for a hot second.
He was giving the business. And two, and another dark horse I can see happening. We know Chicago Bulls signed Vujicic's back, right?
Right.
Could there be a DeMar DeRozan signing going to play for the Lakers? Because you can give up Tony. Who was that? Tony Farmer. Is it something Bradley? The Lakers.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name. But I know you're talking about.
You can get him up, and man, it's another guy. It's another guy you can give up.
They probably can do a sign and trade with for Rui. I think he's a restricted free agent.
Man, Rui can get paid. Austin Reeves going to get paid.
They already said they're keeping Austin Reeves under all circumstances. They're keeping him.
So, when you're looking at what I'm saying about the Lakers off their bench, when you're looking at that box, who they got. So, Tony Brown Jr., that's what I'm talking about. You brought him in there to shoot threes. He did nothing. All right? You brought in my other guy, Malik Beasley. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Beasley. That's it. They didn't play him at all. They should have gave him some run. He's supposed to be like the designated shooter.
Well, Lonnie Walker got hot.
True. If Lonnie Walker don't get hot, they don't go to the Western Conference Finals. So that's true.
If Lonnie Walker never got hot in that series, right now, honestly, the Warriors would be up 2 games to nothing.
You said it'd be that change, drastic of a change. Like if no Lonnie Walker, this is the Warriors up in the finals.
Lonnie Walker right now, LeBron should be buying him dinner every night. Because with no Lonnie Walker, Marcus, they won't be in the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, that's a clutch guy. He probably already buying them dinner.
And two, and their X factor for that, Ben Hakamiri. I was calling him the Chinese Jordan the way he was hitting on fadeaways for a second.
All right. He was in the zone for a minute like that. Is this the same guy that played for the Wizards? Couldn't recognize him. Like I know he looked the same, but he ain't playing the same.
You can keep him in your lineup. You can actually start him in your starting lineup. Which I thought the Lakers should have did that more. They wait till the last minute when they start him in the lineup. Once they won game one, the Lakers won that game one. I thought automatically, all right, cool, we're gonna put him in. They should have started him in because they don't have no answer for him. So you start bringing guys on the bench and start playing the other role again. It's like, all right, he gonna lose his mojo, which he did. The one game he had 17 points in the all the way to the third quarter. He did not score at all in the fourth quarter because they started running the plays. Everybody started becoming 3-point shooting happy. But enough about the Lakers though. Victor Wembanyama.
Man, I've been hearing some crazy stuff about him. They say he's I don't think he's gonna be a bust, but he's certainly not. What did that? Whoa said he's the best prospect ever. He said he's the best prospect ever.
Greeny, Victor Wembanyama is the singular greatest prospect in NBA draft history. He's that.
Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was much better. LeBron James, much better. And both of those guys, Lou Alcindor went to UCLA, just won 3 championships. Went to the Bucks, gave them a championship. Went to the Lakers, won championship, 4 more championships there. LeBron James, right out of high school, averaging 20 points a game, rookie of the year. Took the Cleveland Cavs, never been to the finals, took them to the finals. Went to Miami, got 2 championships. Came back to Cleveland, won a championship. Went to LA. Like, how is he a better prospect than those 2 guys? Like, and he ain't even played a game yet.
Right. And we looking at like, okay, everybody's still mesmerized because he shot a 3-pointer and missed it and dunked it back in.
Like he's 7'6", man. Why wouldn't he be able to do that?
I think my only knock is about him is the frame size of his body.
I get that.
Is your body built for an 82 game season plus another 12 more or 18 more games? Because if you make the playoffs, that's another whole season. You play about 108 games.
Doubling up.
It's almost like Chet Mason.
I think you meant Chet. Was it Holmgren?
Yeah.
He same build. We saw what happened to him. He missed the whole season for an injury. Didn't even get a chance to get out on the court. Some of that is out of precaution, but they built the same way.
And we know how he got injured guarding the great LeBron James. So with Victor Wembanyama going to do. So we talk about going to get to like people who got bigger bodies like I'm saying Jokic, a banger, Vujicic, a banger. So guys like that, because there's pretty much everybody that plays are more hybrids. I'm talking about guys that are actually gonna bang in the post. And like I said, that's a lot you asking for like an 18 or 17-year-old kid to come in the league to do right away, especially playing for Popovich. So what they gonna do in San Antonio? They got them a player. What are they gonna do with their free agency? Can they attract a superstar like back down there?
I mean, with Victor, I think they could attract somebody. I mean, they Pop had one foot out the door. I think he was more upset they got the number one pick than anything. Like, I was about to retire. Now we got this kid. I might probably have to come back. So like, don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be good. I just think the expectations are a little too high for him. Mm-hmm. I think they could attract some stars. They got cap space. They got a lot of good young players as it is. They got the kid from St. V. They got I forget his name. He played for the Team USA. And they got the backup point guard, younger brother, the backup point guard from Memphis. His younger brother. Yeah, they got him. So they got a good collection of young guys. With Wembanyama, if they can get a starter come, I think they can. If he is good as advertised, they can probably make a playoff run. I don't think they'll go anywhere beyond like the first round, but they can make a playoff run.
For them to be successful for the Spurs, we know they got Victor Wembanyama. For them to be successful, it depends on what Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson, that's his name. I couldn't think of it. That's the Team USA guy I was mentioning.
So you got Keldon Johnson and Malachi Brogdon. So how could this team succeed? Because now the whole thing is we give Pop his props. But can you coach this younger team to be that next Spurs team? Can you put them in winning situations like you did, Ginobili, Tony Parker? Can you plug some pieces in? But like this, you've been a coach for an organization for so long, and you coaching now younger players, and your voice become old. They looking at you like, man, you've been here since Avery Johnson was playing. Vinny Del Negro, Mario Elliott, Sean Elliott, Steve Kerr at one point in time. Like
all those guys as coaches now.
All coaches. So you looking at then what makes this thing I do like. Tim Duncan is coming back to San Antonio to groom him.
See, that's the first time I'm hearing that.
That should be scared.
That's game changing. Just from having him on his side. That him and Pop, it's just like you said, they the Miami Heat's the Spurs of the East. Mm-hmm. That's Spurs culture. That's all the guys. You got Pop, you got Tim Duncan, and they can groom it. If he's going to mentor him, they can make some noise. Because with Tim Duncan, I think he's like an underestimated leader. I think he can get the most out of him and tell him, show him the ropes, show him how it works, have him prepared. So that'll be huge if you come back and mentor him.
Now think about this, Marcus. Tim Duncan comes back to San Antonio. Not only he gonna be grooming Victor, I'm talking about them other guys.
True.
It'd be very scary to see Tim Duncan back on the sideline, giving Victor show him his post moves. Like I said, Tim Duncan was a flash. He was the most fundamentally sound player that the league has seen, that I have seen since of my two eyeballs that I've been on Earth for 37 years for. It's gonna be very interesting to see what the Spurs gonna do. And this is what nobody's not talking about. Tony Parker been scouting this kid for the longest.
The Frenchman. And that's
and And people don't understand the San Antonio Spurs has the best overseas guys in the league to recruit guys. Scouts, that's the name I was looking for. They have the best scouters in the league. So when it came down to the last 2 picks of the first round, for the first pick of the NBA, I already told myself, there's no way the Hornets getting that pick. They're not that might screw this up because he already screwed up one of everybody. Everybody's still in the city mad about this. You know, I'm here in Charlotte. People are still mad that Michael Jordan drafted Michael Kidd-Gilchrist over Bradley Beal.
And for that.
And where is Michael Kidd-Gilchrist?
I don't know. I haven't seen him lately. I don't know. Him and his jump shot, I haven't seen anything like that on the NBA court lately.
Bradley Beal. We go from Anthony Davis pick to MKG.
Ooh.
That right there, that alone. Michael Jordan got fired. Last time I thought MKG was good, he played high school basketball at St. Patrick's High School with Kyrie Irving.
Oof. Oh yeah, New Jersey.
That's how I look at it. But going back to the Spurs, man, they need about one guy and one solidified solid guy that can have the bench of the guys on the bench. And you can control some guys on the starting five. But some doesn't come back to the organization. Man, it's gonna be huge, man.
It's pretty huge. All right, we got some breaking news. So the Suns hired Frank Vogel. It just came across my feed here. What you think about that? You know, last time he coached was with the Lakers. They won the championship. Then he got booted out because of that whole Russell Westbrook situation, and Russ saying he wasn't playing him right and all that. So, can KD and Book and CP can they play under Frank Vogel's system, or is the system going to be let KD and Book do whatever they want to do?
Well, since the new owner took over for the Phoenix Suns, some of the moves he didn't make have been questionable right now. I'm gonna say that. You fired your coach of your Monty Williams. All right. Who changed the culture there? Who made the Phoenix Suns relevant since Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash, and Grant Hill, and Joe Johnson? I keep going on about these names. And for you to fire him to bring in Frank Vogel, who is known for his collapses in the fourth quarter, his coaching rotations, you bring this guy in for what? So now you bring him in. This to me, this is gonna be more of a Devin Booker offense. We're gonna see more Devin Booker and less Chris Paul.
They're probably gonna trade Ayton. I don't think he's staying around, even though Ayton had a problem with Monty Williams. So now does he stay that they bring Frank Vogel in?
With that move, with DeAndre Ayton, I'm gonna say you want a coach like Monty Williams. You want a player's coach. Honestly, these were the players been asking for in those type of deals. Can we get player coaches? Can we see more players become GMs? Now you get the player coaches in who recognize what's going on and stuff is unfolding right before their eyes. You get a player coach who play on that same level as you. They see stuff going left. It's my only job to pull you back to the right side. So if I see a player like DeAndre Ayton out there, the best thing about him is the big silvery chain that he wears around his neck. Other than that, his game don't match up to what he's doing out there to have that big contract. Is he worth the next contract? Hell no. Some games he get you 25 and 10. The next game, like damn, man, he paid 47 minutes on me, 8 points and 12 rebounds. Man, you can't do that. I respect Monty for benching him. I respect that.
He had to. I mean, he wasn't showing up. I mean, you could see during the games, Devin Booker would go and be yelling at him like, man, there's simple stuff like you got to catch the ball. Like you can't be this big and not catching the ball. CP yelling at him.
Look, Marcus, I'm about to say somebody might bet him, but it's okay. But from what I'm seeing, is he the new Kwame Brown?
Ooh. I think he's better than. I think he's a little better than Kwame. A little better than Kwame.
Because the reason I'm saying that, when somebody addressed him on the court, they shut down.
Oh, okay. So that I agree with because I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna say because that was Mike though, but he was shutting down even well after Mike. He played with Kobe, so
now you looking at players like that. As I'm the player of the team, I'm your brother. When you fall, I'm supposed to what?
Pick you up.
Pick you up. I see something in you, man. No, crash the boards on these cats. Crash them. You're not even crashing the board on these dudes. You let people off your bench. You let Lindale come off the bench. I'll work you. And one of my favorite guys from the bench. I know he's going to play hard. Wembanyama.
Another Charlotte guy. Charlotte.
He's going to play hard. You letting guys outwork you.
Right.
You making $122 million, and you playing like you worth a 6-pack of Bush beer and 3 Slam Jams and a box of Boston baked beans because you getting cooked out there.
Cooked. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
And he playing horrible. He's getting bullied. Like the positive I like about his game, he can rebound. Was underrated to me. He's an underrated 15-foot shooter. He can hit the mid.
Nice.
He can hit the mid range. But he's one of them guys. If he don't get the ball after a while, he's gonna walk off the floor.
He's a rap bull.
So the NBA is more mental than anything. Can you weather the storm?
Time will tell. All right, with that, we're gonna wrap it up. We glad to be back. We're gonna be back with more pods. We're gonna follow these NBA finals and all the headlines. And for now, I'm your co-host Mark Sr.
I'm your host Tay Wiggs.
And we out here. Peace.
Peace.
She say this her cut like a taper fade. I'm the bomb.